Hello, Really Rubbish Racing fans. Welcome to the Really Rubbish Racing Touring Car Championship Season 2 Race of Turkey. This is the 5th event, rounds 9 and 10. This is round 9. I'm Alex. I'm here with Adam. Hello, Adam.
Hello, Alex.
We had a very eventful couple of races in mid-Ohio across the pond in America. The season now moves here to the sunny Mediterranean climes. There we go. 4th of May. Fairly.
May the 4th be with you.
Yes.
So yeah, here we are, Istanbul Park. 12 laps of the Istanbul Park circuit. 14 corners, 3.32 miles. A lap time of just over 2 minutes. A fantastic circuit, that's unfortunately not. Used to be used in the Formula 1 Championship, but has not been used since 2011. It was first inaugurated in 2005, and Bernie Ecclestone once called it the best racetrack in the world. I'm not sure about
Felipe
that.
Massa would agree. Checking the championship standings after event 4, the Blair 1 cars out ahead as usual. Blairy now 5 points ahead of RlyR. FlavouryRug 15 points or so behind in third. Smifaye just 1 point behind him. Ajokay 2 points behind Smifaye.
Okay, so pole lap with Pike James 91, his first pole of the season. So here we are down the start-finish straight, turning into the tricky turns 1 and 2, similar to the Senna-S's at the Interlagos circuit. So you want to keep to the right hand side, hug the apex like it's your favourite granny. I've used that one again, Martin. Up the hill into the tricky turn 3, slightly on a crest, and then a very short burst into the tight turn 4. Mind the tyres on the right hand side, you don't want to hit them. And then quickly into turns 5, and then immediately after that turn 6. Bit of a breather now as we rise slowly up a hill. Pull the car to the left hand side, spot the braking point, and then this is a slow corner. You never know when to put the power on. In these cars, probably pretty early. Then up the hill into the infamous turn 8. Turn 8, one of the only corners probably in the world that has got how many apexes? 1, 2, and then the third final apex, and that's all one corner supposedly. So then down the hill, running into the chicane that's 9 and 10. It's important to get this one right, as you have a very long straight leading directly after this quick chicane. Pike James has got it done good though, and so now not much left of the lap apart from this long straight. Turn 11 is this, not really much of a corner, but just keep the car onto the left hand side. Now we're bringing it over to the right hand side. This is the infamous part of the circuit where Mark Webber and Sebastian Vettel came to crash quite hilariously. Difficult last part of the corner. Of course, even turns 12 and 11, 13. Then bring it over to the right hand side for the quick left hander. Turn 14. And then across the line for pole position. Fantastic lap.
Finishing inside his teammate there. Filthy.
Yeah. Great stuff.
It was a very good lap. His POWA James on pole there, 2 minutes 03. Absolutely blistering lap. Fastest we'd seen throughout all the practice and qualifying. The two Blair 1 cars not very far behind in second and third. FlavouryRug grabbing 4th.
5th is Smifaye in the second of the Chevrolet Cruises, and then 6th again is the first of POWA Polestar cars in his Volvo, Ajokay. Dan Thorne in 7th and Bike Jr. in 8th.
Mr Flobadob 9th. Race Pro 10th. Bukoy 11th, and the first of the Kaibutsu BMWs there in 12th with Lynn.
And then bringing up the rear, Don Matteo and MasterOntwolf 9.4 seconds off the pace. I'm not sure what went wrong for him there.
No, the Sorry, I apologise. That was the second of the Kaibutsu BMWs. Missed the first one. POWA James and Mr Flobadob The Offenders in tribute liveries this weekend for Ayrton Senna and Roland Ratzenberger. Bright yellow, watch out for that one. The 5 lights come on. They stay on, it's a long hold. And they're out, and they're off. First of 12 laps. Long run down to the first corner. Let's hope everyone keeps it neat and tidy. Easy to get it wrong through here. Seems like everyone's through.
It does.
The 2 Blair cars hounding PY James early on, and each other.
Once again, we've got Bike Junior. Look at that, from 8th on the grid up into 4th already. That BMW just knows how to get those starts up.
It really does. Just the lights go out, the throttle's planted. Who was that there?
Bit of lag, I think. There he is, Flavoury on the left.
Oh yeah, he's back to where he is. Still not sorted out his issues from Mid-Ohio.
Ooh,
big dive down the inside there for Race Pro. Luckily didn't hit anyone. Rejoining behind Flobadob there in his Roland Ratzenberger helmet tribute livery. Looks better than his regular one. Very nice. 10-8 here with 4 apexes. Adam, not 3.
Apologies.
That's quite alright.
I forgot about the first one.
I'm going to call that corner the octagon from now on. I always have that. Turn 8. 4 apexes, looks like half of an octagon, should be called the octagon.
That's an odd line by Smifaye there. I think he's trying to avoid the lag, maybe, of Flavoury ahead.
Yeah, a bit of a wide berth through that turn. There's a very nasty bump just on the apex of that quick kink there that can unsettle, so maybe trying to stay out wide to avoid that. Very interesting camera views here at this Istanbul circuit. The director not entirely happy with some of them. Ajokay here, 9th, running behind. Who's he running behind? Dan there, and overtaking Lynn out of the final corner, although Lynn's taking the position back. Not out there, he's not. I sense a little bit of lag creeping in again. Some of the cars look a little jittery.
Nothing I'm not used to, though. Oh no, that is lag.
Is that lag, or is that another case of By Junior spinning it up? Ooh.
Oh no.
Collected by MasterOntwolf there. Shards of polygon flying all over the place. On board with the bright yellow livery of PY James here. Got away well in first, pulled a little bit of a gap to the Blair 1 cars, which is a very important thing to do. I think we'll both agree.
Sure is. It's a rare sight.
Nice to see someone else leading for once, isn't it?
It sure is.
Cars, good camera view here. Cars seemingly spaced out fairly evenly. I hope that's not the story of the race.
It's a good circuit to drive, as I said last week when we were at Mid-Ohio. I was talking about I got a chance to drive this actual car around the circuit. It's a fantastic circuit to drive. You really feel in touch with the circuit, but hopefully it provides some good racing for us.
Yeah, there's been a fair amount of pre-season testing here as one of the Kaibutsu cars locks up into turn 12, the end of the long straight. Been a lot of pre-season testing.
Oh dear, where's he going?
By Junior, taking a wrong turn there.
To take a right turn. Some drivers, I'm not sure why they are using sat-nav, but clearly the Welshman is.
PY James, fastest lap on, I guess that would have been lap 2. There's some lag creeping in. Cars pivoting about their midpoints. Always fun to watch.
They look absolutely crazy.
POWA James endoing up the hill there.
He's got a good lead.
Firmly. He has. Must be something to do with those incredibly grippy front tyres if they're yanking the car along like that. Oh, a little wide out on the curb there. Can unsettle the car. Especially if you get past the curb onto, there's a little strip of grass between the curb and the AstroTurf.
Yeah, we've seen some drivers losing it at the octagon, as you like to call it.
Mm-hmm.
If you run out wide, it's very difficult to bring it back in.
No doubt, we'll see plenty of that this weekend. Don't see why it should be any different. RlyR third, through the dip and the bump there, under his own advertising boarding. Watch for the markers on the right. Hit brakes. I hope you're slowed down in time to make a nice late apex.
A bit of a lock-up there ahead from his teammate.
These two near enough.
Those tires.
Yeah, these two near enough identical in their ability, speed, lap times, use of headlights. Certainly going to be a battle that goes right down to the wire for this title between those two drivers, barring any mishaps.
Sure is. You've got to say that the title is between those two at this midpoint in the season, towards the latter half now.
Larry did get the upper hand in the end at Mid-Ohio in the last round with a win and a 5th place. RlyR grabbing a 4th, but then plummeting right down the order and recorded his first non-point score of the season with a 13th. So,
yeah. Well, Larry's done well to pull it back after his did not start in the second round at Gothenburg. So yeah, he's done well and he's just a few points ahead now.
Mr Flobadob here, trying to emulate his teammate. Not doing quite so well though. 11th, just out the points, chasing the Chevrolet of Wolf there in the Howler Racing Cruise.
Yeah, he's had a tough time of things as Flobadob. He's proven to be oh dear, and just as I say that, yeah, he's had he's proven in the past to be a race winner, multiple race winner, always at the top. But in this season, he's had a highest place of 9th and just a few DNFs and DNSs. Hopefully, his fortunes will change this week.
And after that trip through the octagon there, his tyres are probably going to look like octagons.
Probably, yes. Like the like a octagon coin. Can't think of a coin that's an octagon, but
I think there are plenty of heptagons, but not octagons. RlyR fastest lap there, as I guess we'd come to expect. A tin of Cadbury's Roses, they're octagonal. Other chocolate assortments are available. Quality Street, nice for battle. Instance.
Nice battle here between Bukoy and Lynn. Side by side into turn 1. That's reminiscent of Jenson Button and Lewis Hamilton. Other drivers are available.
Yes, they are. Not all at the same time, though. Lynn diving down the inside.
Look at it. Oh, this is great.
No, managed not to run wide there or hit the tyres. Very impressive.
Bukoy's not giving it up, though. He can have a good run up into the next corner, though.
Bukoy stays left. Lynn stays in the middle. Bukoy gets the cut back. You're going to have to be
pretty brave.
They're coming up to turn 8.
Yeah, you're going to have to be pretty brave to make a make a pass into turn 8.
They decide against it and go single file through the octagon. Turn 9 is a possibility though. Although very easy to outbrake yourself, end up on the concrete runoff over there.
Yeah, hopefully he's going to get a good run out of this corner. Then into turn 11, he's right up his chuff.
Up his chuff, round his chuff, to the left and the right of his chuff. Bukoy well and truly
he's gone the wrong way.
chuffed there. Yeah, Lynn chooses the left, forces Bukoy right, although you got about 3 chances for switchbacks here, as demonstrated.
Lynn has gone deep in almost every corner, and again, he's hit contact.
So
whether that was planned or not, I'm not sure.
Premeditated switchbacks. Bit of a oh, who we got there? Don Matteo in the garage. What happened to him?
What was that? Yeah, it's turn 8 again.
Oh, at the octagon.
The exit.
Clouts the inside barrier with all the grace of an aubergine.
Didn't look like he had too much damage, but it must be something internal. That's forced him to retire. Maybe.
Very impressive to hit the barrier on the inside of the octagon there. Something even Felipe Massa didn't manage.
Here's these two again, though. At it again. Oh, because we're a little bit wide. Not going to get any traction out there on the grass.
I think he got a little bit of help from Lynn there.
Bit of breathing now for Lynn.
No doubt Bukoy will catch up and have another stab at the position. Hopefully not with an actual pointy object. Figuratively, of course.
Of course.
These two Scirocco's still at it. Blob can have a go at the inside. He does and makes it stick. Lovely overtake there.
Yeah, Race Pro gave him a lot of room again.
He did. I think Race Pro needs to be a little bit tighter on those apexes.
Yeah.
Next victim, MasterOntwolf. Big lock up ahead there. Through the switchbacks at the end of the lap, laying down some rubber.
This is the battle for the final points paying position then. And there we see MasterOntwolf in 10th in his Best Buy livery. Other shops are available.
I would assume so. America's full of shops, or stores as they call them.
Stores. Let's go get some produce from the store.
Some groceries from the store.
Although he's Canadian, eh? So let's go out and get some produce from the store.
Hey, you got any moose for sale, guy?
Oh yeah. Anyway.
That's an accurate representation. Bukoy caught back up to Lynn.
In the wrong way again. When will he learn?
And it's all happening behind as well.
And Flobadob shows how to overtake into that corner, kind of.
Gets nudged a little wide on the exit by Wolf. And Race Pro takes them both.
Yeah. Oh, look. On the inside of the octagon.
Very brave, too wide through there. Wolf losing out. Now 12th, out the points.
Out the points. Hey?
His quest for a second points finish continues. And look who it is, again. Just get a room already, you two. We could hold him back here, gonna
Yeah.
straighten up early and go for a run.
They're very gentle on the brakes.
Hope he's not got a brake fade. Very, very warm, clear weather here in Istanbul this weekend. So
yeah. Oh, bit of lag there, maybe.
Bit of brain fade as well as brake fade. On board the yellow machine, PY James, through turn 7, up the hill, pushing away. Top of the hill, well done. Into the octagon. Look at that.
Look at that lead.
I can't even see the lead, it's so big.
And there he is.
Oh.
There's second place man. Ollie K? FlavouryRug.
Ollie K still in third.
There we go, confirmation.
Thank you, rear window. Very neat and tidy through the kink. Making it look easy.
It sure is looking easy for him at the moment.
Taking a late apex there. One of the best ways to take that corner. Straightens you up for the turn afterwards. Back on the start-finish straight. To begin his 10th lap. Healthy crowd here at Istanbul. There's even people in the grandstands that aren't opposite the pit lane, which is far better than F1 ever achieved. So,
well, we do know
Bernie.
that virtual racing does bring in the books, the mega books. As I said last week, the club must be doing very well financially.
Video crowd going wild.
Upvote, upvote.
The top 3 there, past the tyres. Those tyres are a lot harder than they look, do not be fooled. The organisers filling them with concrete and lead. Just for lols.
Quite dangerous to have lead, surely. We don't want any lead poisoning.
I don't think any of the drivers are going to go and lick them or anything, just heavy.
Very dangerous metal to be just lying around on the side of the track. But then this is motorsport, and motorsport is dangerous. It says on the back of the ticket. Read it.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So, 5th place man, Smifaye, chasing down, there he is, fellow Chevrolet Cruise man, FlavouryRug in 4th. Very spread out field at the moment.
Yeah, making it look like a bit of a cruise, aren't they? It seems like a gentle Sunday drive for all of these drivers. A good sort of anywhere between 1 and 3 seconds between the drivers.
Unfortunately, we haven't got pit to car radio this race, but Chad Chumley Bumler just reported to me that PY James has been complaining about lack of power in his car. So maybe that's why we're seeing blurry. The gap does seem to be a little bit closer.
I'll wait to see it to believe it. I don't think the gap's too different at the moment, but if he's been complaining of power issues, then that is indeed an issue for him. Certainly getting closer here, whether it's just because we're into the twisty bits.
Accordion effect, as the Americans like to call it.
Rubber banding. Of course, going back to your point about motorsport being dangerous, thankfully virtual motorsport has one of the lowest fatality rates of any form of racing. Even injuries tend to be very low, restricted to maybe thumb strain or general poor anger management and broken controllers.
And RSI, repetitive strain injury, is quite a difficult one. But these
Carpal
drivers
tunnel at worst.
Yeah. Ooh, here we go. Battle for the lead.
Definitely something wrong with that Scirocco there. There's no way PY James would have let such a lead diminish.
It's not hitting those high RPMs.
No, it seems to be bogging down a bit on the gear changes there on the back straight. Ollie K now wanting a piece of this action.
Well, he's not given up. Might have a run into turn one here.
I don't know, I think once they're on the straights we'll see that Seat pull away if its power is the issue.
You're right there, Alex.
Penultimate lap now. So is this a case of damage management now for PY James? Damage limitation even?
Yeah, I think he's got to try and just be sensible. Maybe short shift down the straights. Maybe lift and coast. Just make sure that he gets his car to the finish.
Yep, don't strain the engine in the high end of the revs too much.
No. That
Pulling
does
over
not
there
sound
seemingly.
good.
Still running with these two Seats though, and he's not lost the place to Ollie yet.
Just got to think it's just a matter of time though.
Well, if it was more an engine management system restricting the power, then maybe he's been able to reset the electronics on board.
Indeed, yeah, there's a range of different settings they can use on board.
However, if it's a mechanical issue, there's no way he's coming back from that.
And that's third place now. By James, that is a shame. Cruel luck.
The spirit of Senna giving him an immaculate pole lap. Unfortunately, reliability doesn't seem to be there.
Oh, that is some fire and smoke. That is. Oh, he's not going to finish the race like that.
Definitely not. He's going to struggle to finish the race from here with all of that smoke belching from beneath the bonnet.
That is cruel luck for the Kentish boy.
Devastating. After a run of mostly poor results since his win at the first event in Imola, that's a real shame to see. Of course, let's hope.
And it's Bukoy's next to a different driver, not Guy Jr. This is odd.
Lynn, you mean?
Lynn, yes, that's who I mean. No, there he is, just in shot, giving Race Pro a little love tap.
Race Pro very wide there. The stewards been watching for things like that. You can get a good run.
Oh, and there you go.
Wow, that's some fast acting from the stewards there.
That was an instant decision. That is a shame.
I imagine Race Pro is effing and blinding inside his helmet there. Quite thankful we don't have car to pit radio this race.
Yes.
Because the air will be blue inside that cockpit.
Just like his rear spoiler.
Oh. Of course, we're now on the final lap, and this is the final tour of the Octagon from Blairy, who's inherited the lead from PY James. I hope they can get that engine fixed in the second race, of course. Otherwise, PY James is not going to be able to start.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have much turnaround time between the two races.
No.
Barely enough time to pop to the toilet, so hopefully they can fix the engine.
In fact, it's not enough time to pop to the toilet. We did learn, actually, after the Brands Hatch round, that was the reason MasterOntwolf did not take to the grid of the second race, is that he didn't get back from the toilet in time, and everyone went without him.
Depends if it's a number 1 or 2, I guess.
Well, you're not going to want to go number 2. between races.
Here's a number 11, and he's about to take win number 3. And
there it
is.
is. Flashing lights, scraping what life he had left out of his tyres as he flicks the car around.
That's the 4th 1-2 of the season for the RlyR team. And there's Smifaye inherited a 3rd from FlavouryRug. I'm not sure what happened to FlavouryRug there.
Some sort of issue. Hopefully we'll get a replay after we've watched everyone stream across the line.
And here is Race Pro serving that drive-through penalty, which seems very cruel so late on in the race.
And this is the last lap, serving the penalty in true Michael Schumacher style. Is his pit box before the finish line? It is. So it would technically count.
Hmm.
So an inherited 1-2 for the RlyR team, but they certainly won't be complaining about that.
No.
As we see there, 2 seconds between them, running line of stand for most of the race. Smifaye and FlavouryRug taking 3rd and 4th in their Chevrolet Cruises. Dan Thorne a brilliant 5th place there, top independent driver, 20 seconds behind. Ajokay finishing where he started in 6th, and Bukoy grabbing 7th, Lin 8th in the Kaibutsu BMW.
Here we have Flobadob 9th place, and MasterOntwolf taking the final of the points paying positions, with Race Pro cruelly missing out on that position. Bike Junior in 12th, and then unfortunately 2 DNFs with that. Just a shame for Pike James with an engine failure, and Don Matteo retired.
So that was our first race from Istanbul in the Really Rubbish Racing Touring Car Championship. We have race 2 coming up for you later. Will it be another RlyR 1-2? That's tricky to say. What do you reckon, Adam? More of the same?
Well, reverse grid always mixes things up. We've got a BMW on pole, so it might be difficult to catch him.
It will. He'll be at the first corner before the rest have even started. Join us for that. See you later. Bye.